My phone rings, but I don't get up. In my dream, the teacher hands out frogs, living frogs, and lectures, "Frogs produce smaller air bubbles than humans, who in turn produce smaller air bubbles than llamas. We find this out by drowning the species in question, of course. Please drown your frog and make sure to measure the diameter of its air bubbles, rounding to the nearest significant digit. Tomorrow, we'll measure the bubbles produced by our lab partners, and the day after that, the students that are left will move on to the llamas." Some people dream of epic heroes' quests, of saving the universe from a great evil, and I get dreams about the differentiation of air bubbles across species. Around 9, I roll myself into a sitting position, finger the gunk out of my eyes, examine it for a moment, then launch it across the room to where I don't have to immediately deal with it. My roommate's snores filter down from the top bunk. My cell is on my desk. The blinking red light of a missed call flashes across the room. Damn. I missed Bob. I try calling her back, but she doesn't answer. She's always losing her phone, misplacing it. Broke it a few times from chucking it because she couldn't get the idiotskaya elektronika to work. I call my grandma Bob because I'm too lazy to bother with the alternatives, namely Babushka, Baba, and Starper, the Russian version of Old Fart. Bob has Alzheimer's, and it's my birthday. So her call means today is one of those days, one of those moments, a flash, when she remembers me. Partly to distract myself from the guilt, but mostly out of habit, I turn on my computer and wait for Windows to load. I don't capitalize God, but I always capitalize Windows. I spend much of my life in front of a screen, plugged into the matrix, looking through a window into my virtual life. Still waiting on a black dude with a name that sounds like a drug to show up and teach me kung fu, though. I log into Facebook and I'm so depressed I want to laugh. 15 Facebook friends have wished me a happy birthday so far. I've never really cared about birthdays, honestly. I mean, it's just another day. But to see all these people, most of whom I don't know or in a few years won't remember, wishing me a happy birthday makes me feel like I should care. Like it should be a special day, like it should mean something. I think I hate Facebook. I lean back in my chair and stare out the window. When I'm 30 years old, will I still get a bunch of people I don't know wishing me a happy birthday? Will that number dwindle over the years? Will year by year some people who've forgotten me remember, and some people who've remembered me forget? What's the point of it all, for any of us, if that's the way it goes? If the way it ends is me logging into Facebook at 90 years old, bald and fat, and wearing a diaper and not remembering how to get to the toilet, which is why I'm wearing a diaper in the first place, and seeing, what, 15 people I don't know wishing me a happy birthday? And each of my 15 with 15 of their own, on and on, a miserable network of happy birthday Facebook wishes connecting the entire world, the entire human race, until one day we nuke ourselves and it all goes black and there are no more happy birthdays for anyone. Sometimes I get like this. Depressed, I mean. But I'm not one of those crazies, you know, a danger to themselves and others, nothing like that. Never even contemplated suicide, though in a few seconds I will be contemplating jumping out a window. It's hot. 70, maybe more. My t-shirt's wet on my body. It feels more miserable than it has any right to for a March morning in our great moose-infested state of Maine. I wheel over to open the window, slide it all the way up. I have to stand so I can reach the screen to slide it down into place. Instead, I stick my hand out. What if I jump? What if I jump now? I don't want to die, but getting hurt would be kind of nice, you know? Like 2 years ago, when I got my appendix out, everyone from class sent get-well cards, and Tommy skipped school to spend the day with me playing video games in the hospital. Yeah, that's selfish, but remembering your friend because he almost kicked it is just as selfish. I turn away from the window. The attention would last a couple weeks, max. Then everyone would go back to their own lives and everything would be the same. But unlike when I got